right, it is time for Sensei Chat. I hope everyone's doing well. I am going to go over so much news and information right now. It's going to make your head spin. Is the UK ready for crypto? Are they working on regulations? Are they working to get stablecoins ready to go? We have some proof that that is happening. Thanks to MMT in our Cryptonairz Discord. Appreciate you sharing some information with me, bud. Also, I'm going to talk to you about a couple projects that have been going really well for Cryptonairz members. God, I have XRP. I have Ripple news. We're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin and what's happening. SafeMoon. The SEC is bringing charges, and that project is pretty much done. I don't know why people still thought that that project was going to go somewhere, but man, the hook is in on that one. As well as there's a proof of concept with 70 banks. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Institutions adopting crypto. There's so much to talk about, guys. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm so excited to be on this journey with you, learning and growing in the crypto space. How's the sound sounding? Because I had to restart everything and build everything from scratch. So let me see how this sounds. As well as there's a proof of concept with 70 banks. All right, sounded pretty zesty when I just tested it out. So let me know if the clips are not loud enough. I will turn up it up in OBS. The microphone is sounding pretty good on my end, but if it needs to be turned up, guys, let me know and I will make some. LAX SafeMoon. Yeah, that's pretty much. All right, so this project was posted in the Cryptonairz Discord on the 29th of October. All right, and I just wanted to just show you. I mean, there's a lot of things that happen in the Cryptonairz Discord. This post was right below that for Rayon, and it went up 30% over the last 2 days. Let me pull something real quick here. Where is it? Right. This is what I want to pull up here. It's in trades. Excuse me. Rayon posts a lot of really good information. It's up to the community to come in here and take a look at this. But Rayon has just been on fire lately in the Cryptonairz Discord. And man, I posted another crypto project that he's going to be posting about later on in trades. But a lot of stuff is going well in the Cryptonairz Discord for our members. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. All right. I am not going to play this full clip for you. This is more of a conspiracy side clip. I made a video about this. If you probably watch my YouTube channel, you've seen the video. It's been out already. It's got 5,000 views in the past like 10 hours. I appreciate you guys, watching that and spending some time. But this person believes that November 19th is the day that everything is going to go crazy. This is about a 7-minute clip. I posted in the Cryptonairz Discord. If you want to come take a look at it, it's by Mr. XRP 985, and she'll go through this information with you. All right. XRP gold confirmed. I want to talk a little bit about this really quickly. An option bridge between two currencies, as it could be exchange of any value, fiat, digital currencies, gold, loyalty points, and securities. I mean, you can pretty much put anything on the XRP ledger. It will run smoothly. You know, between any other currencies, you need a good bridge asset in between. XRP is prime for that. All right. I thought this clip was interesting. It just got posted today. BTC, not the answer for institutions. Know this. The BIS IMF might take control of the XRP Ledger escrow account. This would be some interesting updates and news if this were to happen. But let me go ahead and play this clip for you, and we'll talk about it.
It's not the answer, and the institutions know this. They're just lying to the masses, and this is how it's always been. History is repeating itself. Another wealth transfer is taking place just like 2008, and this is how it always ends up. You're going to have a few winners, and you're going to have a whole world of losers.
The Bank of International Settlements might take control of a substantial portion of the escrow.
Easily, not just the Bank of International Settlements, but the International Monetary Fund as well, and the World Bank, because those are really the 3 top lenders in the world. Yeah, they're the ones with the control. They're very quiet about this stuff, and they're very strategic. So they're not going to put this out for people to see. And the fact that we live in a world where headlines dictate our emotions, which dictate our trading actions. Most people trade with emotion, and that ties back to what James was talking about earlier, not looking at the big picture. And they're getting the whole population to focus on something entirely different, which is, I can promise you, it's going to end up in people are going to end up in a very bad place if they follow what the mainstream news is telling you.
Right. That's right.
Again, fixation with Bitcoin. I love what you said earlier. You're not going to make a substantial profit on that. And let me speculate on this. Well, why are the shills trying so hard to pump up Bitcoin? For all we know, that a massive amount of the Bitcoin, when the price, what was the highest it hit?
69.
68, 69.
Maybe there was a significant of the Bitcoin that was owned by one entity. God knows who that is. And he shorted the whole thing down. And all these people are trying to get it back to that point just so they can break even.
He's speculating right here.
And I'm talking about big money. So it's not just small players. But then again, looking at the technology of what Bitcoin is doing, it's extremely volatile. It's outdated. It takes 35, 40 minutes to move a little bit, small fraction of Bitcoin around.
You know, they can also increase the supply.
Yeah. And okay, how is something a store of value?
Does anyone know how they would increase the supply of Bitcoin? Would they have to like rewrite some code and have all the nodes validated? I'm not familiar with that. Is that sounds like something that one of you in the chat knows? Is that possible? I've heard it mentioned before, but is it actually possible?
When you can continue to increase the supply of it. At the same time, you talk about green, clean environment, environmental friendly, and that's how it always is. Unless people take action now, participate, figure shit out, and get on board. That's it.
Figure shit out, my people. Figure shit out. I love it. I love it. All right. You know, I don't agree with everything he says, Black Swan Capitalist, but hey, he's a really good researcher. He's been in the space a while. I wanted to give him a little bit of an opportunity to kind of tell you his thoughts. You know, it's always good to listen to this, but do you think the BIS and the IMF will take control of the escrow? Do you think Ripple will allow that, or do you think they will make a deal about that? I mean, what would that look like? I'm very interested to hear some of your thoughts. And maybe is this why Ripple has been buying back XRP off the open market when it be in between the lawsuit? maybe they knew down the line that they would need a substantial amount of XRP that was not escrowed XRP. It could all come together like that. We never know. But you do see all these central banks testing the technology. It would make sense that the IMF would be like, hey, you really want our central banks to adopt this technology? We're going to need a piece. We're going to need some of that. So we'll have to see how it goes. You definitely have some XRP army people here. I talk about it way too much for them not to be XRP fans in this community. What's up, Zero Sum Game? I like the way your name's spelled out. Good to see you. What's up, JMP? Good to see you. One, good to see you. Ariana, great to see you. Green Llama, always a pleasure to see you, man. KLC, MMT, all of my amazing Cryptonairz people are here. I love it. All right, Ripple and FedNow. We do talk about this a lot. You know, I know some people are like, HBAR is going to be used in FedNow. Yes, HBAR is going to be used for micro payments. Great. But what about those higher value and cross-border payments? Is HBAR going to be used for that? Because it didn't say that. It said low value payments. So one does speculate when you have Volante, Finastra, ACI, AG, or is it CGI? AGI? Man, there's so many acronyms. I get them confused in my head, but you do have a lot of participants that are connected to Ripple that are in the FedNow program that already have been approved for use. You know, the payments program FedNow is tapping 91 different firms for payment processing. Many openly use blockchain tech of Ripple to give a dynamic facelift to the existing financial system. It's all about finding ways to connect the older system to the newer system, right? Not everyone's just going to go adopt this newer system, you know, just on one day. I know we believe that November 19th is going to be a great day for adoption of cryptocurrency that can start to be used with the DTI, which is the digital token identifier. I would love for this to all go well in November because Christmas is coming around, and I know how hard everybody has been holding and how everyone just believes in XRP and its future. And I would love to see all of those people greatly rewarded for all of their time and sacrifice that we put into this. So I'm for it. I'm for it. I want to see something good happen. Yeah, you have Finastra, Volante Technologies, ACI Worldwide, and I think it's CGI too. Big partners, right? Big partners that can, you know, they move a lot of money and they could start using this, right? Just was it Finastra alone is connected to thousands of institutions. Volante, same thing. ACI, same thing. I mean, you're just talking about a lot of different institutions and banks connected to them. A bridge is required for interoperability with DLTs, linking liquidity between decentralized markets. ISO posted this. The person does a lot of really great work. I love pulling his clips. You know, it saves me a lot of time, which it's all about saving time in this space. When you have a community and a Telegram and a YouTube and God knows what else, saving time, very important. All right. So this is investor, issuer, buyer, seller. And in here is the bridge, right? Bridge. What does that say? ISO smart contracts. Here is the vault, your cryptocurrencies. This looks like your Circle stablecoin here. Just how this is supposed to look, right? How this whole thing is going to work, but you need a good bridge asset in between all that stuff to work. ISO also posted this: a major market infrastructure completing migrations to fully fledged effective Q4 2023. I've seen this a lot in my comments saying that it's been pushed back to March. It's not going to happen in November. What's been pushed back to March, guys, is SEPA, Single Euro Payments Area. It's a payment system in Europe that deals with euros. That is what's been pushed back. There was 2 countries in Europe that were not quite ready yet, and so they decided to push that back. SWIFT, Citi, JPMorgan, all of these other banks, BNY Mellon, Wells Fargo, all of these guys, they're going in November to switch to ISO on some parts of messaging to do with securities and different transfers. The DTCC is happening November. It's not March. So if you need help, go back to my last Sensei chat where we talked about this and take a look at what we went over, because I read the article. It spells it out right there, what's being delayed. So let's take a look at what this says. This is from PMPG, all right? And this says they should promote, monitor, and incentivize the migration to structured customer data with the targeted end date of November 2023. With the major market infrastructures completing their migration to fully fledged ISO effective Q4 2023, the global demand for structured party information for all parties in the payment message will become the new normal for more than 80% of high-value payments by November of 2023. Man, we're having a big party in Hawaii if we get some stupid price for XRP. You know what I'm saying? It'll be great. Everyone can just pull up their private jets, land them. We'll have the limo service take you to a nice house on the water. It'll be fully catered, best Hawaiian food, and all the champagne you can drink on Sensei. Not the flight. All right, you guys want to ball out and use private jets? That's on you, but I'll take care of the champagne and the catering and the house. All right, I got that. All right. Here is this is the diagram here. You're following here. This is 21, 22, 23. And here's this blue line, right? And then you got the Euro, USD, Great British Pound, and other, all leading up to this line. Important of interoperability, Swift Financial, Swift MX messaging, structured ISO, all taking place. And remember, the end date is November 2025, all right? And I've seen a lot of talk about, CBDCs and stuff like that, guys. We are far away from CBDCs launching. We are far away from CBDCs launching, like years away. So I know there's a lot of talk in the community about, CBDCs are coming. They are coming, but at a much slower pace than you think. And I think we need to have a realistic conversation about our expectations of the CBDC rollouts, right? You haven't even got the announcements of the testing that is Ripple's doing with like what, 20 plus central banks. So if they're still in a testing phase, it's not all going to be rolled out instantly, right? So we have to just understand that, take a deep breath, and understand it's going to take some time, okay? I love you all. It's going to take some time, though. Sometimes hearing that is hard, but I'm not here to fluff you up. I'm here to just give you real information. Any new settlement system developed in the United States, FedNow, would have a natural monopoly over $1 quadrillion. So what they're talking about here is FedWire. FedWire moves 4.2 trillion a day on average in the United States. So, right, it's the clearinghouse. Payments in the United States involve millions of transactions and trillions of dollars each day. As payment technologies have developed, any new settlement system would benefit from significant economies of scale as well as rapid efficiency gains. As a result, will possess the attributes of a natural monopoly, right? They're talking about FedWire here, okay? Let's see. Oh, Svein, good to see you, man. Always a pleasure. Shill, great to see you. Hi. Vataliv, what is it? Valtiv. Sorry, I butchered your name, but I love you. Great to see you. What's up, Ronnie? Great to see you. Pleasure. Always nice to see all the amazing people that leave comments in my videos. I love you all. All right. XDC begins the conversion of paper bills of electronic bills of lading, tokenized documents. Here we go. October 30th. This was just 2 days old. Oh, I hope everybody in the States had a great Halloween. I'm glad to see everybody is, alive and well. There's usually a big party down here in Honolulu. I, of course, stayed inside. I am to the age where partying is just not my cup of tea right now. But if there's a big settlement, I will be going out. All right. XDC Network has achieved remarkable milestones in facilitating the conversion of paper bills of lading to electronic bills of lading through their innovative solutions and first ever transactions of its type in close cooperation with its ecosystem partners. Alongside this accomplishment, XDC has also provided essential capital to support the trade transaction. Fantastic. All right, let's see what else it says. Working in collaboration with their ecosystem partners, XDC Trade Network has successfully delivered the following groundbreaking and technical trade financing achievements: converted a paper bill of lading to electronic bill of lading and trade trust using DocuTrade. Oh man, and SafeKeep, the MAS regulated custodian in Singapore. Shipper tokenized and the e-bill of lading and fractionalized the same. Capital provisioning against fractionalized e-bill of lading for shipment duration of 7 days. Participants in the pilot: Trade Flow Capital Management Pte Limited, U.S. Trade Flow Fund SP, I think it's Singapore. Shipper, Propine Digital Asset Custodian, TradeFinex Institution Liquidity Provider. So it's all working together. It's all coming together under MLETR. Trade Trust IMDA. This is the first transaction over the XDC Trade Network, which showcased how liquidity can be availed from an alternative financer by tokenizing real-world assets. Trade Flow Capital Shipper was able to raise liquidity as soon as the ship sailed. This gave them the cash flow of 7 days transit time and ease of transaction as trade documents were digitally created, making it easier to verify and transfer. Commodities shipped was copper mulberry scrap. Mulberry scrap. For green recycling, and the value of transaction was 150 grand. So imagine, guys, there is billions of dollars in merchandise that gets shipped almost every single day. When you're talking about oil and grain and gold and other food supplies, I mean, you're talking a lot of money, right? And when you can digitize what is in that trade, get financing, get value. If your company needs like a bridge, if you need value to, while your goods are being shipped, man, this opens up so many possibilities to world capital flows, and it's really, really great to see. The Borges, Band UK, great to see you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Another document by PPMG. I'm not going to read all this to you because I don't want to put you all to sleep, but it does talk about FedWire and CHAP, so I'm going to read a little bit to you. I'm going to give you a little taste. The global community should target November, right? We're still talking about November for this. The fact that important market infrastructures, right, MIs, including real-time gross settlement systems in Europe, Target 2 in the US, FedWire, that's the big one. This is the one we all should be paying attention to. UK CHAPS, which moves anywhere from 400 billion pounds a day. They've had highs of 1 trillion pounds a day, but normally it's about 400 billion pounds per day that they move out of that system. And Hong Kong CHATS system will all move to ISO in the next 2 to 4 years. The market infrastructures follow different timelines and migration approaches, whereas Target will be moving in a big bang. Ooh, I like that. It's a zesty word. Migration, November 22nd, 2021. This is what got pushed back to our timeline now. But all of this has a timeline, latest timeline of 2025. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on the 20th of this month or the 19th of this month, and we'll go from there. All right, so I want to talk to you a little bit about. Let me move this actually right there. Let's get in this first. This is more quoting the PPMG document. By November 2023, market infrastructures for Euro, Great British Pound, Aussie Dollar, ZAR, I don't know what the ZAR is, or the CHF. So if you know what those two currencies are, let me know. And USD, only chips will support ISO 20022 natively and pass on data-rich payment orders. FedWire funds service will follow in March 2025. So it's going to take some time to do all this. Now, it doesn't mean that something could happen where they need to move this timeline up for something like FedWire, but FedWire is where all that value is. All right, here we go. Hong Kong Monetary Authority publishes results of the CBDC pilot. Okay, and here's the article. Today, Hong Kong Monetary Authority published the results of the first phase of the central bank digital currency pilots involving 16 institutions. One of them is Ripple. I'm going to show you the list of those institutions here in just a second. Given Hong Kong already has sophisticated payment options, it found that most added value from various programmable payment applications. Additionally, it sees benefits. I can't read, in tokenization and atomic settlement, right? No decision has been made to launch a CBDC yet. All right, so let me show you what is going on here. If I line this up correctly, and I didn't. Hold on. That's not what I wanted. I wonder if I closed it. Hold on. Let me just pull this up. There you go. I want to click on this. Part of it's finding the information, right? All right. So here's your participants. Alipay, you got Boston Consulting Group, Ripple, Standard Chartered, you got Visa, you got MasterCard, Fubon Bank, big deal there. And I'm going to show you a thing about Fubon and Ripple. ICBC, another big bank. HSBC, right? Always been a Ripple partner. And you can cruise through this. There's talks about forward. It talks about the executive summary, which we kind of read a little bit to you. And let me just show you this real quick. Here are the participants, and I'll leave a link to this I'll leave a link to this in the chat if you guys want to take this out. ZAR is South African Rand. I love you, MMT. Thank you. I should have known that, but you know, that's why I have amazing people like you. All right, so fully fledged payments. You have the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. Programmable payments. You have Alipay, Arta, Bank of China, China Construction Bank. This bank must be hurting right now. Hang Seng Bank Limited. Offline payments are Gishadish. I can't say that. Derverent. I butchered that. I do apologize if this is your bank. Standard Chartered, of course. Industrial and Commercial Bank of China. Hong Seng Bank Limited. This is tokenized deposits. The Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. And then you have Visa in here with tokenized deposits. Wouldn't that be cool, right? How much money does Visa move a day? You're talking about billions and billions of dollars. Tokenize all that value and start moving it. That's how you move it quickly. MasterCard, and then when you have settlement of tokenized assets, you have Fubon Bank and you have Ripple. All right. You also have Boston Consulting Group, HKT Payment Limited, and ZA Bank Limited. All right. So these are the participants that were doing all of this. If you want access to this, let me just, I bet you I can do this on YouTube. Let me just post this in here and you can click on this if you want to. I want to give you guys the link. Let me just make sure this is muted. All right. Let me post this in here so you guys have it. Okay, cool. Now you have it. There you go. So just click on participants and it will bring it up for you. Okay. All right, let's keep it going. Jeremy Hogan put this out. I couldn't stomach reading this executive order on AI, but I glanced through it in detail and the hypocrisy is enormous. Hasn't this administration attacked privacy in the crypto space every opportunity? So this is a thing that just got put out by the White House. Without safeguards, AI can put Americans' privacy at further risk. AI not only makes it easier to extract, identify, and exploit personal data, but it also heightens incentives to do so because of companies use data to train AI systems. To better protect Americans' privacy, including from the risk posed by AI, the president calls on Congress to pass a bipartisan data privacy legislation to protect all Americans, especially kids, and directs the following actions. So he's calling on Congress to do this. It's not an executive order, doesn't look like, but protect Americans' privacy by prioritizing federal support for accelerating the development and use of privacy-preserving techniques, including ones that use cutting-edge AI that let AI systems be trained while preserving the privacy of training data. Strengthen privacy, preserving research and technologies. I'm just going to read the bullet points. Evaluate how agencies collect and use commercially available information. Develop guidelines for federal agencies to evaluate the effectiveness. So, guys, there is some stuff that has to happen with AI, right? There's a good show on Netflix. I can't remember the exact show, but it talks about AI and how you can use AI to create different chemical weapons and different things because the AI doesn't know what's good or bad, right? So there are some things that I believe that should be some different laws that put into place so we don't just kind of let this go crazy. I think it's already kind of gone a little bit crazy, but there's a lot of really cool things that you use AI for. I mean, I am very bad at putting long paragraphs together that speak very well, and so I throw them at ChatGPT, and it helps my verbiage, let's say. So there's all kinds of different use cases for ChatGPT, and there's just, I mean, that's just scratching the surface, but just know that there are some things that need to be put in place. All right. New JPMorgan promo video, blockchain-based service connecting Visa, Swift, plus major banks. They're getting ready. Let's play this. They always got a dope beat. It's not very loud.
The world generates over 300 million terabytes of data every day, making it critical for financial institutions to reimagine how new data sources can inform better decisions, lead to new client offerings, and drive novel revenue streams. With Link by JPMorgan, we've architected a way for you to leverage collective intelligence across institutions, enabling you to securely access and share data beyond your walls, allowing you to generate new insights and power better decisions together. Imagine tapping into this robust ecosystem and immersing your business into a vetted network of participants.
Now you have JPMorgan basically doing all this for us, right?
Participants. That's Link, a secure, private, permissioned, blockchain-based network. Pioneering financial institutions are already harnessing Link and its applications, collaborating with trusted payment technology networks to revolutionize their businesses. Confirm by Link, our global account validation service, verifies billions of bank accounts from thousands of institutions around the world, helping your clients reduce the risk of payment failure, mitigate fraud, improve straight-through processing, and automate manual processes. Because when it comes to your clients, every payment
matters. That's what she was about to say.
Through processing and automate manual processes. Because when it comes to your clients,
Here you go.
Every payment matters. Whether it's to a new supplier during onboarding, a first-time beneficiary, a cross-border payment, or even a large one-time payment, you can offer your clients a new global account validation API or an embedded service within your digital payment channels using Confirm, providing them with the tools they need to extend into new markets without connecting into multiple services. Let's unlock new opportunities for your business with collective intelligence powered by Link.
All right. Also, I wanted to talk to you guys really quickly. Just give myself a little bit of a shill here, just because that's what we do here on this channel when we're trying to talk about merchandise. So I got this great partnership with Crypto Lids. I am actually wearing one of my shirts here that I helped design. XRP to the moon. Just some really cool merch in here, guys. Christmas is coming up. I know there's some loved ones in your life that love crypto, and there's some people in your life that may hate crypto. Buy them a shirt, have them wear it. That'd be pretty funny. But this is one of my favorites. This little space person with the astronaut with the little XRP logo. But I helped design a lot of these shirts, had them made. So, you know, if you want to support the channel, this is a good way to do it. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving. Wait, I think I went too far here. Yep, I did. I jumped the gun, my people. I jumped the gun. All right. So Fubon Bank, right? And Ripple tokenized deposits. This is what it looks like. Fubon Bank home equity line of credit. I have a video on this that's going to kind of go through what this is. If you're not just this visual learner and you kind of want to see this kind of laid out in a commercial type with little figure, I'm going to show you that here in just a second. But loan application, draw period, close loan, payment request, right? Hypothetical EHKD HELOC. This is if you already own a home and you want to take out a loan against your home. They can make it happen in just a couple clicks, which is really incredible. If you were to do this in real life, this takes weeks, if not months. Plus, it has to close. And speeding up that process will give banks new abilities to give people loans, give people money. And that's how an economy grows, right? You create new loans, right? Banks put more money into the economy, and the economy grows. All right. Now it's a little bit harder with rates as high as they are. People are backed off like home loans and different things. But once kind of rates kind of come back down to normal levels that we're used to, this is going to be pretty important. All right. SEC charges SafeMoon crypto token and its executives with fraud. Man, who was I talking to? I was talking to some person the other day. Maybe this was a couple weeks ago to like maybe a month ago. And they were telling me that they were still holding SafeMoon. Now, I didn't want to rain on their parade, but like SafeMoon, really? Like that was your decision? And here's your SafeMoon chart. It's going really great, guys. We're pumping, and we fell off a cliff. So rest in peace, SafeMoon. You know, this is going to get delisted now from all of these exchanges. This is gate.io. And SafeMoon doesn't recover, guys. It's gone. So if you lost money on SafeMoon, I'm sorry. It's a bad day for you. We all go through them in crypto. Trust me. Bitcoin's bull move might not be over yet. Here's 3 reasons why. The bullish momentum have propelled the price of Bitcoin past 35,000 to a year-date high, continues into its 3rd week, and presses towards a 35K handle. Let me just see. I think we passed that just today, right? BTC. Oh, it's right in front of me. 35,289. Here you go. It's a nice little pump here. Nice. All right. So we're up 2% today on Bitcoin. Let's take a look at our favorite. Oh, we're at 61 cents. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, this is the ISO pump. Guys, Swell is coming up. This is the Swell pump. This happens every time Swell's coming out. People are expecting big announcements at Swell, and you get a pump like this. So just understand this is probably a Swell pump. All right. All right, let's continue here. The forming a golden cross between the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average on the daily volume. Liquidity maps and Decent Trader and Kingfisher highlighted the potential for a short squeeze at 36 to 40,000 range if Bitcoin's price manages to blitz a level 36.3. So this is what we're looking for. If we get past this level, we might be off to the races to 40K. And Jeremy Hogan just having a little bit of fun. XRP is pumping. Always like to see it. Here's just another HELO. This was posted in the Cryptonairz Discord. Right, where's the I think it was the 29th, which was like right back here. This is where it was posted in the community. So this has gone up since it was posted about 30%. Okay, just Cryptonairz community, man. There's a lot of really great information. Community members have great information. Team members have great information. All right. This is really cool too. Over 70 banks transforming the capital markets. This is another proof of concept that is working in the background that we know nothing about. This is Jack McDonald from PolySign. Yes, that 2-letter word that we don't talk about in the XRP community, or that really doesn't release a lot of information. PolySign.
Well, I'd say 2 things. One, when I just got off a call with a POC, I think there's 70 different organizations who are a part of this, and without giving away the secret, they're largely composed of traditional finance folks. All the big banks, et cetera, and even for the people that are at the crypto firms today, like myself, have origins coming from TradFi. So I think there is a migration there. When you distill it down to what we're doing, I tell people I think what we're ultimately as an industry focused on is really rebuilding a new operating system for capital markets. And so it stands to reason that you're going to be pulling folks who have.
All right, so I want to learn more about this 70 bank and institution proof of concept. It'd be pretty interesting to see exactly which banks are working on this and what technologies that they're using for this proof of concept, but getting ready for it, right? MMT, I love it. SafeMoon should get an award for being the most, excuse me, ironically named token. Yes. Hold on. Sorry, try to eat something and it didn't go down. SafeMoon is... yeah. Hey, when SafeMoon first came out, does anyone remember with like the first day it came out, it had that like low budget website? I actually made a lot of money on SafeMoon when it first came out. PolySign is huge. Yeah, I know. PolySign is a big deal. But man, I lost my train of thought there. SafeMoon was, in fact, it was one of those meme coins that just shot up pretty crazy. And a lot of people made some money on SafeMoon. I mean, I don't know about holding it today. Obviously, it was a bad decision. But, hey, for a short period of time, it made people a lot of money. Ripple were selected to serve at the IMF's high-level advisory group on fintech in 2018. For this reason, the following chart can be found on IMF homepage. Interesting, right? International Monetary Fund. When you have Ripple on the International Monetary Fund, I mean, you know, my thing is go search other cryptocurrencies and find how many of them, you know, are working with the IMF. And I know a lot of people have different thoughts about the IMF and what they do and their policies. I don't really care about all of that. I care about making money. I care about who's working with who, because at the end of the day, our voices are very small out here until we all combine together to make a much larger voice. Normally on payments and crypto and stuff like that, we're silenced by a lot of bureaucracy and a lot of BS, but you cannot deny when Ripple, the company, is working with the IMF. And 100% this involves XRP. Because if not, it's just RippleNet. It's just another messaging service like Swift. It doesn't give you instant settlement. You cannot have instant settlement with RippleNet without XRP. Period. End of story. There's no question in that. So, all right. I know there's a lot of naysayers out there, but this is pretty sexy. All right, flip the chain. Tim Draper smashing down Gary Gensler and his ideology. This is powerful. I'm gonna play a little bit. It's 5 minutes 32 seconds. I'm not gonna play the whole clip, but let's play a little bit.
Capital Royalty, Draper Associates founder Tim Draper, hucksters, scam artists. I mean, it's like that scene in Woody Allen's Bananas where the cop gets up onto the witness stand and says he's a New York commie intellectual bad apple, but I don't want to cast no aspersions or nothing. What do you make of his comments here?
You know, weak regulators spread fear, and strong regulators spread opportunity. And I think we've got a real problem because the SEC has been spreading fear, and all of the innovators are leaving the country. And there's a huge problem we have. This regulation by enforcement makes no sense. We want the great technologies to stay in the US. And they're all going to Dubai and Singapore and Northern Europe and South America and all over the world. And that they're all saying, oh, it's all about the Howey test. The Howey test was 80 years ago, and it has no relevance to crypto. I think crypto.
Obviously, this was recorded at a much earlier date when Bitcoin is at 25 grand. But it's an interesting clip about Gary Gensler.
In a new way from a new group, and I mean, what's America going to look like in 40 years? It's going to be
I will not be here.
Wasteland of there's going to be no technology. Look, crypto is coming. AI is coming. What is this spreading fear about these new technologies? They're great for us. I mean, new technologies. We got smartphones, we got Teslas, we got all these amazing new technologies. We have the internet. All these things happen.
We've got smartphones, guys. Smartphones, and Teslas. I mean, that technology, awesome.
Happened because the regulators had a light touch.
Well, can I just say, Tim, that
sorry.
if I were channeling Gary Gensler, he would say, my job is to protect investors, and already some.
All right, the clip, guys, if you want to watch it, Flip the Chain. He put this out 3 days ago. It's a pretty decent clip all the way through, but we don't need to focus on that anymore. All right, this was another clip from the clip talking about the 70 proof of concept. This is Helen Disney. Great last name. I love it. I can't wait for some more Star Wars stuff to come out. So I don't think she's got any power about that because of the last name. But hey, it's what popped into my head. So that's where I went with. All right, so Cypress DeMonaco put this out. The market perspective has completely changed. Notice how that happened when Bitcoin was at 15K, all by design. Let's check this out.
Keep quite a close eye on developments in this phenomenon of the era of convergence since we launched the documentary and since working on the book. And I think what's really interesting is the mismatch actually between the media headlines and the kind of regulatory tone and what's actually happening commercially, because not only have you got all these companies launching Bitcoin ETFs, but the rhetoric has completely changed. So if you think back, maybe only 4 or 5 years ago, major asset managers and big financial firms were saying, none of our clients are interested in crypto or digital assets. This is not really an asset class. It's nothing that we want to get involved in. Now the rhetoric from Larry Fink just in the last 24 hours is, Bitcoin's going to revolutionize finance. It's digital gold. These are kind of like the words of the crypto industry coming out of the mouths of one of the world's largest asset managers. So the rhetoric has completely changed. And I think also.
So just to talk a little bit about this. So Larry Fink, he did say, that Bitcoin is a good source as far as, kind of a hedge against devaluating currencies around the world. As central banks print more and more money, the value of that overall currency goes down, right? If you look at, China, for instance, China has printed, I think the U.S. has debt is about 33 trillion. I think China has done over 50 trillion. And so, $1 I think was, when I was in China in September, it was like $1 was seven point something yuan. And so as more money is created and put into these economies, the value of that that dollar or that yen or whatever it is, or the yuan goes down. So Larry is saying it's a good hedge against central bank devaluation. All right. Let's keep it going. I got a lot more to get through, a lot more good information. Cyber Monocore has been posting a lot of great information. He's got a great team. Institutional capital is the next big step for digital asset transformation. These big players are coming. It's a matter of time. Let's go ahead and play this.
So really, if you look at what's happening in the space, globally relevant players are building full-scale strategies around the emerging ecosystem. So the buy-side and the sell-side institutions are now involved. And what's driving these institutions? So if you take the likes of an Aberdeen, like many asset managers, they see that within the next 10 years, the world will be tokenized. So assets will be tokenized. And the question for them really is, well, how do we get there? Who do we partner with to get there? And we help them and other managers in that journey. BNY Mellon, for example, in their decision to offer digital custody, that's really driven by the demand and requirement of their own client base, who want to really turn to a trusted partner who can offer solutions to them, both across the traditional and the digital world. The likes of BlackRock, for example, really looking at the tokenization of securities as the next generation for markets. Yep. They're not alone, as you see from this summary chart of some of the key players. But one thing that these players are all sharing is, of course, the belief in the underlying technology, in this newly built infrastructure for issuing, trading, and holding assets. And that really will enable access to a global pool of investors, the efficiencies that we talked about, and the liquidity, and also a more dynamic use of the underlying asset. So why now? Why are the institutions here now? Why did it not happen, 3 or 4 years ago, when we were kind of thinking that the world of tokenization of real world assets would take off? The thing that's different this time really is that there has been and is a maturing of the infrastructure, and many of these players are actually part of that build internally and also alongside industry players. There is a confidence also in the evolving regulatory environment, not least in the UK, and that's those two core components, the infrastructure and the regulatory environment, really have been two core pieces that have enabled institutions to make a step into this space.
I am fired up, guys. There is over 70 people here. We're all sharing information. 83 of you are watching. If you guys could hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. It helps me get in front of more amazing people like you. Just wanted to catch up in the chat really quickly. John Garcia, great to see you, man. Good to get. You're always leaving comments on the videos, and it's just an honor to be here with you. Valtiv, thank you so much for being here. What's up, John? What's up, Pasquale? Great to see all of you guys. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Check out these names, though, guys. Just really quickly. BlackRock. They manage $10 trillion, which is quite a lot of money. You got the Bank of England here. Obviously, they're in charge of financial stability for England, right, and parts of the UK. They clear 400 billion pounds a day out of their system. Goldman Sachs, BNY Mellon, UBS, we have BlackRock here twice, but Aberdeen, right? They're working on tokenized securities. We talked about them last Sensei chat. If you missed that, please go ahead and watch it. They're working with HBAR on doing that, which is a big deal. Societe Generale, Citibank clears 10 trillion a day in settlement. JPMorgan Chase does 10 trillion. Citi does 12 trillion. I always get those two mixed up. So Citi, JPMorgan, one of the two biggest banks in the world that clear and settle value. You also have HSBC, huge bank, State Street, right? Fidelity, guys, all of this money is coming into the space. So where do you think the crypto space is going to be a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Do you think I'm waiting for the day for regular investors in the stock market to just realize how important crypto is. When that day happens, when BlackRock and Invesco and Bank of America and Charles Schwab and all of these people start offering Bitcoin ETFs, and people are like, well, if they're offering it, maybe it's a lot safer than it used to be, right? And then you get all of these new investors coming in. And that's really where all of the assets, well, if you own SafeMoon, that exclude that from all of the assets that you own, that is when we can really start to grow as an ecosystem, when those trillions of dollars start coming in, right? That is one way for our system to grow. The other way for our system to grow is tokenizing securities, derivatives, stocks, bonds, equities, real estate. I mean, all of that value, that will end up on blockchains, and that will end up being transacted on blockchains. And now, what does that ecosystem look like? And what blockchains do get associated with that type of stuff, right? You got the DTCC. They cleared $2.5 quadrillion in 2022. They just had a partnership with Security. Security has some partnerships with Ripple. They also have some partnerships with some other crypto, people in the space. So, Donald Donahue used to be the CEO of the DTCC. He was on the board of Ripple. He left the DTCC to go to Ripple. Now, was that how do I put this? Was that a strategic post for Ripple so they could understand the intricacies of the DTCC? Now, the DTCC is also working with R3. Now, we kind of go back and forth on what technology and public blockchains R3 is going to use as it works with some of these institutions. Now, we do know XDC is very popular with R3. We know that they had some proof of concepts with Ripple in the past, but we really don't know how that's all going to shake out until it starts to really shake out, right? We don't really have an inside man or somebody or an inside woman in R3 telling us what's actually happening. This was a good read. I'm not going to read this all to you. This is from Cypress to Monaco talking about the fourth industrial revolution. Please go ahead and check out his profile. I put a lot of his stuff up here. He does a really great job. I just want to give him a shout out. I know a lot of people play his clips and they don't give him the proper kind of shout out that he deserves. He works really hard, and go ahead and take a look at this. But improving personal finances, investing your capital, improving physical fitness, improving mental focus, improving relationships and detoxing from negative ones, getting rid of negative lazy habits, providing value to those around you, further your education in a specific niche. I mean, this guy's got a good head on his shoulders, and I like what he does. So I wanted to just talk about that in a second. All right. We are early. We are less than 1% of adoption. This is absolutely true, guys. We are still in early days. I know people are like, well, crypto's been around here for, 12, 15 years. It's not early days. But when you think about it as an asset class, right? How long has the stock market been around, right? What is it, almost like 100 years longer? I mean, I don't really dip my toes too much in the stock market, but I mean, that's something that's been around for a while, right? Crypto is still something that is new. We're still figuring out regulations about it. And we're going to talk about some UK updates here in just a minute. MMT shared some great updates today, and I found some other stuff on Twitter about it. We're going to talk about that just in a little bit, but let's play this.
It's a long journey, but it does sound, and we've come a long way, but as you said, it sounds like we're still very early in that journey, despite how far we've come. Given that shift you described from technology to use case, or from technology to opportunity, where do you see the highest level of adoption? What are the use cases they're focusing on? Looking across different segments that you cover.
So I would say that we're very early on still. So we're really 1% adoption, maybe not even that. I think we're very early stage. I think we're getting things to production, which is good, but we're not fully adopting the technology. Because the way that I see this technology is that this technology could underpin the internet of the future, potentially. And it could also underpin, for example, interactions in smart cities or your digital passports or whatever it is. And we're a long way away from being at the level at which it's actually underpinning the majority of transactions that we do. So
we're a long way away. I mean, you do hear different things coming from different people about crypto adoption. Some people are more of a, they take more of a slower stance to it. Some people kind of say, hey, this is going to be all crazy in 2024. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. I will, of course, bring you the news every single week, and we will learn and we will grow together. But, let's have a little fun with it while we're doing this. Hong Kong FinTech Week. Pay attention. A lot of stuff happening there. 30,000 attendees, 500 speakers, 700 exhibitors, 500 plus global fast track fintech companies, media, business opportunities, guys. Man, Hong Kong is really a cool place. I want to go back and spend some more time there. I probably will find my way there in 2024. All right. This is one of the projects that was brought up in the Cryptonairz Discord for the past several while. I bought some of this recently. Let me just show you this really quickly here. All right, so we've been talking about this project a little bit longer, but it's had a nice, huge pump in the last 15 days. It's almost doubled in price in the last 15 days. Just another project that was shared by our community in Cryptonairz. And so if you got into Rio in this little gulch here and you made 100% return in the last 2 weeks, congratulations to whoever you are. It takes a lot to go through that community and understand all of the information that is shared there. Just wanted to give a big shout out to all of the members and the team that shares information every single day, and we can grow. So this is about Rio. The global asset value is 900 trillion and real estate is valued at 300 trillion alone. By 2030, tokenized of real-world assets is estimated to be worth 16 trillion. I've seen this number vary from anywhere from, I've seen this number go as low as like 5 trillion, as high as 16 trillion, but like 2030 is still 6 years away. And I want you to think about this, right? What happens when, ISO is fully fledged? They're using ISO payments or ISO messaging for everything. You can attach crypto if you so choose to with that. But what happens when you digitize like the stock market, right? If you digitize the stock market, isn't that, 30 something trillion dollars in assets by itself? If you digitize the derivatives market, you're talking about 600 trillion to $1 quadrillion, right? That would be digital, right? That would be tokenized. So I think some of these numbers are not taking into consideration, all of this value that is being talked about being tokenized right now, right? When you see the DTCC talking about tokenizing securities, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about stocks and bonds. And I mean, how much is in the bond market, right? How much value is in the USA bond market? Let's see, how big is the bond market? 46 trillion. So estimated to be 119 trillion worldwide. So what happens when you digitize bonds? And is that going to take 6 years? Or will that happen sooner? And if that happens sooner, it's a lot more than $16 trillion just in this one market. So, I look at these time frames and these are the questions that I ask myself in my head. And I just wanted to share those questions with you because you might be having the same type of questions. And it's good that we kind of have a talk about this and we address it and we just have a little fun with it, guys. All right. So this is actually where I wanted to talk about the Hong Kong task. I had this clip. Here's the clip I had for you that I wanted to play for you. I'm ADHD, guys. This happens all the time. So here's the, no, this is not the video. Where's the video? Here it is. All right. I knew I had it. All right. So here is the EHKD with Fubon Bank and Ripple. This is what it looks like when you do digital HELOCs. HELOCs are loans you take out on your existing home if your home is paid off. This is where a lot of people's wealth is. If you look at the United States, if you look at a place like China where 70% of people's wealth is in homes, this is what we're talking about. Taking the time of how long that would normally take in a normal world, making it a lot faster, making it a lot easier. That way banks can get people money in the time that they need it. Let me play this.
New opportunities, convenience, security, and empowerment, a higher efficiency for business. For Hong Kongers like Ying, this is what the hypothetical digital Hong Kong dollar, or EHKD, may represent, a central bank digital currency, leading to accelerated and simplified traditional financial processes by using blockchain technology to speed up money flows with less resistance and cost, benefiting buyers, sellers, and the economy at large. Processes that take weeks of paperwork between third parties will be completed almost instantly in a few clicks. As part of the EHKD pilot program, Fubon Bank, Ripple, and partners have spent months developing a faster way to unlock home equity and turn it into credit through a home equity line of credit loan, or HELOC loan, dramatically shortening the application process. It starts in the Fubon Bank.
From weeks to minutes, guys. This is the future.
Online portal. Ying sees his currently mortgaged properties, picks the one he wants additional credit on, Fubon Bank already pre-qualified the amount of equity Yang can realize based off the property value and criteria such as income, credit history, repayment history, and other information. Yang reviews the offer and terms, then confirms. The bank's interest in the mortgaged property, the lien, is tokenized safely and transparently on the blockchain ledger. This token, once deposited in the lending protocol vault, activates Ying's ability to borrow. He just decides how much credit he wants, and in his vault dashboard, details around asset and liability update in real time. From LTV, interest, repayment terms, asset liability, total loan amount, it's all there. Quick transparency into personal finances, making it easy to budget costs if a bigger loan is needed. The credit instantly appears as hypothetical EHKD minted securely by Fubon Bank using the Ripple CBDC platform, each being worth $1 Hong Kong dollar and can be used immediately. A part of the money is used as a deposit for Ying's son's down payment on a new home. The rest of the loan can be used to finance his daughter's last year of university. Ying turned his home equity into credit to be used however he needs, with a few clicks from the comfort of his own home.
All right, you guys get the picture of how this works. Man, we have 97 people watching. We're about to break 100 people. I'm going to lose my shit if we do. We've never had 100 people live on a Sensei chat before. This is getting exciting. All right, Standard Chartered Bank, Singapore, Mr. Guatan Jean. You won't wait 5 minutes for a web page to load. Why would you wait 3 to 5 days for a payment to process? Well said, sir. Let's play this.
Well, we live in a days of instant gratification. You won't wait 5 seconds for a web page to load. Why would you wait 3 days for a payment to settle? So let's go real time. The world is moving real time. So should payments and other forms of settlements. Well, we have had two use cases with Ripple. The first one was on trade finance, where we tried to solve the problem of duplicate invoice financing under the codename TradeSafe, in which we collaborated with DBS and IDA, the Singapore sovereign. The second use case is on cross-border payments. So we want to make cross-border payments real-time, instantaneous, with full transparency. So these are the two use cases we are working on.
He said that well, guys. He said that well. I appreciate you. Everyone hit like if you can. Oh, we broke 100, 103. Amazing. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here with me. Please like the chat. Talk in the community. We're having a great conversation here in the chat, so talk with us. All right, new interview with lead of 6 Digital Exchange discussing how financial institutions are getting involved with crypto and digital assets. The institutional appetite for crypto is growing, right? That's what we need. And it's got a dope beat.
So we're seeing an increased appetite for financial institutions becoming more involved in the digital assets and crypto ecosystems. What has historically been impediments to the adoption of digital assets and crypto by institutions has been essentially components or aspects of the stack, the tech stack or the regulatory stack missing, and that would include things like on the crypto side, institutional grade crypto custody or institutional grade crypto. Institutional grade.
Here's the second clip.
Institutional grade crypto staking or node hosting. On the digital asset side, just a lack of digital financial market infrastructure for the ability to issue natively digital securities, trade and settle those securities. So as we at SDX are building out services that satisfy that appetite, we'll see that the appetite for the financial institutions who are looking to get more involved in assets, in digital assets and crypto, be satisfied through building out the components of that stack to enable the adoption of digital assets and securities and crypto in this space.
Chris DeMeo, man, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and thank you for being here. I always see you in the comments too, man. I really appreciate you. You've been here in the past. GG Fox Vet 589 equals 11/19/2023. I'm actually going to play the clip when we get done towards the end here. I'll play that the conspiracy side. I did video about this, but I just want to go ahead and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. All right, so there's a big announcement coming for the next few days for Render. All right, pay attention. All right, everyone, a big announcement coming in the next few days. Wanted to go ahead and get a few questions. Main areas we're looking at, verify all links, blah, blah, blah. Trevor on stage Thursday at 1:30 in Amsterdam. So this is about to take place tomorrow. Render token. We've talked about this at length in the Cryptonairz Discord. We've been in this for a little bit here. Check this out. So we're right here at $2.44. God, man, we've been talking about Render since it was kind of back. Oh, God, this is 1 month. We've been talking about Render for a while. So we probably got in back over here. But we're at $2.44 right now. Big announcement coming. Do your own research. I just wanted to put it in front of you. I did post this in the Cryptonairz Discord yesterday. So I wanted to give people enough time to do your own research and prepare if that's your cup of tea. All right. Elizabeth Warren. Okay, so if you're not from the United States, Elizabeth Warren is a Democratic senator. Senators, when they're elected, they get 6 years. House, they get 2 years. But she is the person who basically put Gary Gensler into power. She has the control really to do that type of stuff. And she's been working with Gary Gensler this whole time. And she has an anti-crypto agenda. So this is just a very short clip. Let me just play this.
Last year, you wrote that, quote, in their attempt to avoid being traced, illegal actors have adopted ever more sophisticated cryptocurrency technologies, such as non-custodial wallets.
All right. So it's from a much larger clip. I didn't want to talk too much about her because I just despise her. But we do have opponents of crypto in the United States. And this is basically, she's got the big red jacket on. That's the red target. She needs to get voted out in her district. WadsPay is up 17% in 1 day. I did post this in the Cryptonairz Discord when did this happen? 2 days ago? October 31st. This happened yesterday. I posted about this yesterday. If you would have read my post and got into this token just yesterday, I mean, we've been talking about WadsPay since last year. So, I mean, this is, we've been in WadsPay for a very long time. Way back in this channel here is kind of when we were kind of talking about WadsPay when it was under a penny or right around a penny and a half. But here's the announcement. WadsPay secures initial approval by Dubai's Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, VARA. Man, if you guys didn't watch my interview with Islamic Coin and how they didn't feel that VARA was, I can't remember the exact quote, but VARA is very real. It is a regulator in Dubai that if you want to do business in Dubai and you're a virtual asset company, you need a license. Okay, that's just plain, simple. That's what you need to do. All right. And there's also, it's a virtual asset service provider license. What's called as a VASP. Okay. So let me see if I can pull this up here and we can just read a little bit about this. It's just going to say how it was approved. Here we go. Dubai, 31st of October. In a significant development, WadsPay has been granted an initial approval by Dubai's Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, making a pivotal step in WadsPay's journey towards obtaining a virtual asset service provider license for virtual asset securities and activities. We are immensely honored to have received the initial approval from VARA, Mr. Ayash Jan, founder group, CEO of WadsPay. The recognition reaffirms our commitment to delivering cutting-edge blockchain-based solutions that have gone on, that not only revolutionize but also adhere to the highest regulatory standards. We are grateful for the opportunity to contribute to the growth of fintech ecosystem in the UAE. All right. The initial approval is a key milestone and allows WadsPay to commence preparations for the provision of virtual asset services and activities under the VAS licensing for the transfer and settlement of a broker-dealer activities, right? You need this license. Receiving VARA's initial approval is a testament to our unwavering dedication and regulatory and compliance. Okay, so if you want to know what WadsPay is, it's WTK. This is WadsPay. I just kind of brought this up. I don't know. I just didn't click on that. But if you want to take a look, I don't know if this, is that market cap legit? 21 million? 104 in the house. Man, it is an honor to be in front of all of you. Thank you so much. But WadsPay here, let me just check CoinGecko because sometimes coin market cap be having some weird information. Gecko.com. 1 second. WTK. Let me just check this. Let me just check this market cap real quick. Nice. I love it. I love it. I love the information here. Okay. Deck screener. When all else fails, go to backup tools. 43 million. All right, so it's a little off. So, I mean, still a lot of room to grow here, guys. I do think you're going to get more out of WTK over the next several months. So a great project to put on your radar if it's not already, okay? Let's keep it going. I'm not going to talk about that just yet. Sunshine Act. Thursday, November 2nd, 2023. The meeting will be held in remote means and other commission headquarters, blah, blah, blah. All right, status. This meeting will be closed to the public. Of course, you want to close it to the public. So institution and settlement of injunctive actions, institution and settlement and administrative procedures. So they could be meeting. The SEC could be meeting here to talk about the meeting on November 9th with Ripple. Ripple, of course, is trying to get this other part of the lawsuit with Brad and Chris behind them. Now, the SEC wants like $700 million. They need a win, right? They've lost all these other cases. They've lost the chance of approval. They lost the Grayscale case. They're going to lose the Coinbase case. The SEC needs a win here. And having a big fine from Ripple would allow Gary Gensler to save face. So this could be a sticking point for SEC, and it could be a sticking point for Ripple. Now, if the case does go forward and they cannot settle, this could drag out for another couple of years, okay? But that doesn't mean XRP still doesn't have its clarity. This is just to do with Brad and Chris. But we need to support them no matter what happens, guys, because that's what we do as a community. We come together and we offer support. Crypto functionality on the Swift network, okay? I've talked about this a lot. You are going to see assets like XRP, like XLM. They're going to move across the Swift system. There are going to be banks that are going to say, hey, we want to move this payment, right? We're going to include their DTI in the payment, and we're going to move this on the Swift network. 100%. In November 2023, Swift extended a field to align with ISO 24165. The extension includes the extra check character for the 8-character digital token identifier, the DTI. This also talks about ISO 24165 as a standard that provides a common language for digital currencies. Before we didn't have this. Now we do. So now crypto could be used to move that value. All right. This is getting exciting. All right. We got some highlighted person here. The format of this identification field for the digital asset will be changed and aligned with ISO 24165 digital token identification standard, which contains the additional checkmark of the 8 digital DTI. These changes will be made on the 19th, in addition to other innovations of November, right? November 19th. That is the day that they can start using crypto if they so choose to with this DTI. All right, go to the DTI website. Check your favorite cryptocurrencies. Some of them on. I've even seen Pepe on there. Hey, so I don't think Pepe will ever be used for payments, but it's on there. This just kind of reconfirms more of the same. According to Swift, the storage of digital assets should also be possible through a normal warehouse. The Securities Market Practice Group, the SMPG, is working on the implementation of the new functions. How the innovations will be implemented and whether private persons benefit from it remains to be seen. Among other upgrades, the crypto features are expected on the 19th. All right. It's sexy. We did talk about XRP and gold. Casper is a big deal. We've talked about this in the Cryptonairz Discord at length. Casper is working with IPWE, Casper and IPWE on their digitizing. What is it? 25 million patents. Okay. How much value is in these patents? That is what you need to start thinking about. Kevin Cage put out a video talking about this. I would suggest you go to that channel, watch his video, but he talks about how much value is in these patents. It's billions, if not trillions of dollars. Okay. So when they do bring all of this on into the Casper network, it's going to be a big deal. All right. So that's what they're working on. Let me see here. We're getting up to this. We're getting up to the UK stuff. Just give me a second. Extended air log. So this is some updates going on. Ledger connection issue on on-ramp improvements. 1.23 gas cost adjustment for custom NFTs. You can also stake your Casper on your ledger on the mainnet. I think you earn about 10% back a year, which is great. And it's on the mainnet, so it's a lot safer. If you're staking on an exchange, remember, not your keys, not your crypto. Always best to have a self-custody wallet and do your own staking. That way, if anything should happen, you're in control. All right, what is happening in the UK? The UK government just dropped a bombshell with their crypto regulation proposals. Let's get this done. We don't believe what's happening in the world of crypto. You won't believe what's happening in the world of cryptocurrency. The UK government has published its final means done, crypto regulations aiming to make the country a preferred destination for the crypto industry. All right, are you ready? In January 2021, HM Treasury published its consultation on the UK regulatory approach to crypto assets and stablecoins, together with a call for evidence on distributed ledger technology in financial markets. The consultation response was published in April 2022, confirming the UK government's plans to legislate to bring certain activities relating to stablecoins into the regulatory perimeter for financial services. This policy update sets out further detail on the government's planned action approach. As set out in the government's consultation response, it is the government's intention to facilitate and regulate the use of fiat-backed stablecoins in the UK payment chains. Boom. This is what you need to see. This is what needs to happen before a country can launch a CBDC. I think the UK is getting ready to launch a CBDC. They've done all the testing. Now they need the regulation, which this is right here. Okay, here we go. This is because certain stablecoins have the potential to become a widespread means of retail payment, driving consumer choice and efficiencies. In order to deliver this, the government intends to bring the regulation of certain activities regulated to fiat-backed stablecoins within the UK's financial services regulatory perimeter. This will include bringing the use of fiat-backed stablecoins in payment chains into the Payment Services Regulations 2017, PSR 2017, and bringing the activities of issuance and custody of fiat-backed stablecoins where the coin is issued in or from the UK within the regulatory perimeter. Awesome. The government's previously stated view is that crypto assets and related activities underpinning their use should follow the standards expected of similar existing financial service activities, consummate the risks they pose while harnessing the potential benefits of technologies behind them. Having a regulatory framework in place will stimulate growth and innovation in the sector by giving responsible actors regulatory certainty whilst migrating financial stability risks and ensuring consumer protection. Therefore, it is the right that HM Treasury puts in place a regulatory framework for fiat-backed stablecoins, including when they're used in means of payment. The government has already acted to start to implement this regime. The Financial Services and Markets Act of 2023 was introduced into Parliament in July 2022. The act contains measures which, alongside existing powers in FSMA 2000, allow HM Treasury to bring activities related to fiat-backed stablecoins within the financial. All right, it doesn't give me the rest of it. The regulation will be phased with regulation for fiat-backed stablecoins set to be introduced early 2024, guys. Early 2024. All right, here's 1.5. The next stage of implementation, HM Treasury intends to bring forward secondary legislation as soon as possible and by early 2024, subject to availability of parliamentary time. So what this is saying is they're going to bring this new legislation, this secondary legislation, and they're going to try to get it done early 2024, depending on when the parliament can meet and talk about this and get it through. These legislative provisions will bring activities relating to fiat-backed stablecoins into the regulatory perimeter, enabling the FCA to regulate them. This policy update sets out further details on the objectives of the proposed legislation to facilitate the FMA's regime. Ballin'. U.S. government plans align with policy to establish the UK as the crypto asset hub. Right? You've heard Rishi Sunak say this time and time again. Government sets out plan to make UK a crypto asset technology hub. The government has today announced moves that will see stablecoins recognized from valid form of payment. Right? So this is all over the gov.uk website. And then there's some more here. So this is talking about UK stablecoin regulation. Here we go. The regulatory landscape will bring certain fiat-backed stablecoins within the remit of the Bank of England, Financial Conduit Authority, FCA, and Payment Systems Regulator, PSR, which altogether will aim to minimize potential for customer harm, customer harm, and mitigate the conduct, prudential, and financial stability risk arising from those stablecoins. So what they're talking about here is just making sure that everything's backed up one-to-one. They're going to be in control of kind of who gets approved for these licenses or not. Obviously, if the UK wants to create a digital representation of the pound, they're going to need this to do all of that, okay? The financial stability risks arising from the stablecoins, particularly when used for payments, those regimes will be designed in line with the regulators' statutory objectives. As noted below, regulators will coordinate to create a regulatory framework that is coherent and minimize the risk of regulatory overlaps for firms. Now, the reason why this is important is because the UK is really, outside of the United States, the UK is like the second biggest financial hub in the world. A lot of trade goes through the UK. A lot of money goes through the UK. And when you're talking about having a digital representation of that stablecoin, how much value is that going to create, right? And what is that going to be built on? You've seen Ripple working with the Bank of England, and you've seen Quant working with the Bank of England. Now, I think when you're creating a CBDC, though, I think that's more going to be Ripple's expertise, right? Because the UK central bank is going to want to build on the same technology, right? You hear the BIS, you hear Augustin Carlsons, who is the head of the BIS, talking about a unified ledger, right? When Ripple's working with the 30 central banks, that is what I think a unified ledger is. I know a lot of people say Quant. Yes, Quant is going to be an important part of all of this. But when I think unified ledger and all of these central banks working on it, I think of a private ledger on the XRP ledger. With regards to the the FCA's regime, HM Treasury seeks to regulate activities relating to stablecoins in two ways. Firstly, by regulating the use of fiat-backed stablecoins in payment chains. Secondly, by regulating the activities of issuance of custody or of fiat-backed stablecoins when issued in or from the UK irrespective of their use. UK irrespective of their uses. For example, whether they are used for payments, store of value, or settlement asset. Regulating activities relating to fiat-backed stablecoins used for payments in this way will give consumers and industry confidence over the use of stablecoins, the means of payment. HM Treasury intend that category of fiat-backed stablecoins will be defined in legislation and capture those stablecoins which seek to maintain a stable value of reference to fiat currency and uphold in part or wholly that currency as backing. The use of fiat-backed stablecoins in payment chains will be regulated through the amendments to the Payment Services Regulations, which provide the regulation of authorized or registered payment institutions, PIs, and set the conditions for providing payment services. The activities of issuance of custody and UK-issued fiat-backed stablecoins will be included in the Financial Services and Markets Act 2000, blah, blah, blah. Fiat-backed stablecoins issued in the UK by persons authorized for the RAO issuance activity will be permitted for use in the UK. A lot of stuff happening. Notably, these rules won't impact crypto assets already regulated like traditional securities and unique NFTs classified as collectibles or artwork. This is line 3.19. In line with fiat peer-to-peer transfer, this will not include peer-to-peer stablecoin transfers where the payment service underpinning or facilitating the transfer is not... Oh, hold on. I lost my chat. All right. Transfer or not offend on commercial basis. It also will not include the purchase of stablecoin using fiat currency as this is already regulated. All right. And then let me just put my password in here. All right. And then you have the FCA will consult and for authorization regime for cryptocurrency companies. In this scenario where the FCA authorized fiat-backed stablecoins firm is recognized as a systemic by HM Treasury, this should also be supervised by the Bank of England. Man, good to see all of this happening. Big shout out to all of my people here and around the world. You know, it's good to see everybody. The government expects that the Bank of England should act as the lead prudential regulator and be able to supervise such as an entity through Part 5 of the Banking Act of 2009, while the firm continues to also be regulated by the FCA for conduct. So basically, the Bank of England is going to have a lot of power here, guys, a lot of power. This may also be there may also be instances where the PSR is also responsible for regulating fiat-backed stablecoin firms, which is already regulated by the bank or FCA for competition, innovation, and access purposes. This model of co-supervision is based on the approach taken for co-supervising design investment firms between the Prudential Regulation Authority. The regulators will set out how they will work together through a memorandum of understanding to reflect their new supervisory responsibilities to the stablecoin firms. These measures are constant with those that exist currently co-supervised investment firms and existing requirements under FSBRA. 6.4. The regulators will coordinate to ensure a smooth transition for firms. The regime will ensure that these regulators have the ability to put in place regulatory standards consistent with their statutory objectives, subject to duty to cooperate. It will also be possible for HM Treasury to enable transitional regulatory arrangements to apply, for example, to support a firm's adjustment in the scenario whereby a firm migrated from solo regulation by the FCA to dual regulation by the FCC and the Bank of England. The bank is required to issue a high-level policy statement in accordance with Clause 203C of the Banking Act of 2009, puts me to sleep, and its overreaching approach to the regulation of systemic DCA payment systems. The service providers, such as the system and DCA service providers, following consultation with the FCA and the Treasury. This will include an indication of matters in the banks may consider when exercising its powers over DCA payment systems. So very, very, very interesting stuff here. The government intends to create equivalence measures and overseas firms to operate in the UK. The intention is that the regulatory regime would cover the use of fiat-backed stablecoins issued in or from the UK, which would be a regulated activity, ensuring that such coins are suitable for use of payments. The UK government also wishes to accommodate overseas stablecoins for use in the UK payments for goods and services in the real economy. So what this is saying is they want to make sure to regulate. So if you're in another country and you're buying something in the UK, you can use maybe a stablecoin that is maybe not approved in the UK, but it's approved in the country that you're in. I think that's what they're talking about here. Okay, right here. UK payments for goods and services in the real economy, and will engage industry alongside the FCA ahead of legislation. Awesome. And then the proposed regulations have faced some criticism with concerns about crypto treated like conventional finance services, right? This is what you want, though, guys. I know I see a lot of people talking about the banks and the establishments are coming. Crypto was never supposed to be like this. Guys, if you want your crypto to be worth 100x or 1,000x or 10,000x what it is right now, you need this money to come into the space. I'm sorry, but back alley Bitcoin deals are not going to ever get us to where we need to go, right? You've seen the power of just, people thinking that BlackRock's going to be getting in, that Invesco and Charles Schwab and all these guys are getting into Bitcoin. You've seen what it's been doing to the price in the crypto market. This is just speculation that is pumping the market right now. This is not actually approval. What do you think will happen once approvals happen, and where will that take us, right? You need this money to come in, and I welcome it. I am. Trust me, I am not one of those people that are like, screw the establishment. I'm like, hey, we want that money. We want that money. All right. The crypto industry has expressed frustration over delays and poor feedback from the FCA, leading to some firms reducing their UK services due to recent rules and restricting crypto promotions. I've seen this, right? You saw JPMorgan Chase, targeting people that have an account in the UK that deal with on and off ramp for crypto. So, you need better regulation. I think this is a great step. Some companies have actually very sadly told me that they've sort of given up on the process and gone elsewhere, right? Where do they go? They go to places like Dubai, right? Singapore, Hong Kong. These are places that these companies want to go to thrive because regulations are too slow, especially in the United States. What regulations? Exactly. All right, let's keep it going. Summary. All right, so here's a great summary. Read through all of that stuff for you guys. And then check this out, right? The UK Retail Summit. This is by Mr. Mann. Go ahead and give him a follow. He's a great dude. The House of Lords speaking at a conference. No matter. It's not a matter of if, a matter of when. Check this out.
As you know from your program, 89 countries around the world are now actively considering this development. The House of Lords Economic Affairs Committee produced a report, which I have here, Central Bank Digital Currencies, a solution in search of a problem. I won't go through the report, but I would just say that one of the conclusions from this report is that the UK is not yet at a position where we feel there's a convincing case why the retail CBDC should be launched, but they've introduced a task force which is basically working on the whole process, learning lessons from other jurisdictions around the world as to what we need to advance this. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Woo! Spicy. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. When you have somebody from the House of Lords dropping the mic like that, the dude should just walked off stage. Like, he should just mic hit the floor, walked off stage. That would have been a great way to end it. All right. Fam, the BIS CPI report considerations and the use of stablecoin arrangements in cross-border payments, October 2023. The Bank of International Settlements Committee on Payments and Markets Infrastructure assesses whether and how to use the use of stablecoins arrangements, if properly designed and regulated and compliant with all the relevant regulatory requirements, could enhance cross-border payments. Could enhance? It will enhance. All right. I'm not going to read all this to you because I just read a freaking novel to you, and like 20 people left. So is JP logged on my laptop? Oh, thanks for giving me the extra. Thank you for giving me the extra view, man. All right, to overcome some of the current limitations in cross-border payments, interoperability within between SAs, the other payment methods in central bank to meeting user needs. Existing payment options are often not interoperable, contributing to known frictions in cross-border payments and hindering end users in seamlessly transitioning or transacting with each other regardless of geographical location or choice of PSPs. Payment service providers, PSPs. Interoperability between stablecoins is important to avoid further fragmentation and efficiencies in cross-border payments. Different blockchains currently are not always compatible, and even tokens of the same stablecoin issued on multiple blockchains are not always fully interoperable. While cross-chain solutions for interoperability between stablecoins are available, they are valuable to hacks. All right, vulnerable to hacks, excuse me. Therefore, standardization and interoperability between stablecoins is crucial at an early stage to avoid new and unintended barriers later. SAs with stablecoins that can be used for a variety of economic activities and fast, efficient, universally acceptable, and ease of use on and off ramps could greatly improve interoperability. This is 100% accurate. We need more on and off ramps. We need proper regulation. This is where it starts. However, there are some risks that SAs become walled gardens, right? This is what when banks like JPMorgan coin builds an Onyx, right? Well, who's going to use Onyx besides JPMorgan, right? Is that just another walled garden? You need that walled garden to connect with something like, Quant or with Ripple or, XRP or Stellar, right? You need interoperability in those systems, or you're just building, a digital silos when banks do this, right? All right. However, there are risks that SAs become walled gardens and separate and disconnected from existing payment systems. A failure to achieve interoperability between SAs and other payment methods and intermediaries could lead to liquidity fragmentation for users and ultimately to market fragmentation. Interoperability between SAs and other payment infrastructures and arrangements is important for enabling users to seamlessly move value in and out of SAs via on and off ramps. also such as interoperability, can be necessary for SAs to serve a wide range of payment use cases if designed properly, to allow for stablecoins to enhance efficiency in existing and future payments infrastructure. I am not going to read the rest of this, guys. If you want to go ahead and take a look at this, please go to 801 XRP's page and read this all yourself. Let's go ahead and get into some more news. Bank of Korea Exchange to set jointly conduct a series of experimental trials for the second half of 2024, aiming to explore the potential applications of DLT CBDCs within the carbon trading sector. That's pretty cool. We haven't even got really into the carbon markets yet, right? And how much value that's going to bring into the ecosystem. All right, kind of read this a little bit. Initially, a comprehensive exploration of DLT technology and central bank digital currency within the carbon trading sector. This venture is set to unfold through a series of experimental trials planned for the second half of 2024. Both the central bank and the exchange are well into related projects. Korea Exchange is in the midst of DLT trials and preparing to incorporate support for security tokens listed on a platform in the upcoming year. Simultaneously, the central bank is integrating these trials into its broader CBDC usability testing efforts. Earlier this month, the Bank of Korea disclosed its intentions to run wholesale CBDC trials, positioning the CBDC as a settlement asset for tokenized deposits. This announcement also made mention of the BIS Unified Ledger concept, Unified Ledger, suggesting a potential for including tokenized assets such as carbon credits within the same technology. Now, let me ask you this question. Who is in the carbon's credit market? HBAR is, right? But is HBAR really dealing in CBDCs? Not that I'm aware of. And no, I could be wrong. If you know of a CBDC that HBAR is working with, please let me know, Hedera. But Ripple is, right? And Ripple's in the carbon market, right? They invested a lot of money in the carbon market to build that out. So one does wonder, is this one of the CBDCs that Mr. Wallace, James Wallace from Ripple, is kind of told us about, right? He said that there's like 20 plus that haven't been announced yet. I wonder if this is one of those 20 plus. So we'll have to see how this comes out. I will give you updates as updates come. I wanted to end on some economy information. The Fed reaffirms view that a recession has been removed from their forecast. The Fed chair, Powell, prefaced his response by saying he does not want to answer the question, but he has to. In July 2023, the Fed removed a recession from their forecast as it marked the exact market top of the S&P 500. Can the Fed really avoid a recession? It seems that the Fed believed that they were on track for a soft landing, but Powell said that there's some labor market softening is still needed. So understand this, guys. Companies right now, if you look at what's going on, in China and some other places with supply chains, they're laying off factory workers by the thousands, okay? There's not enough demand right now for certain products, okay? And this is happening in the United States as well, right? As this whole landscape is shifting, some people are getting pay raises, but their hours are being cut back. So it looks like they're getting paid more, but in retrospect, they're not, right? So, it's going to be interesting how the Fed does this dance. I don't know if they're going to be able to avoid a recession here. When you listen to Mr. like Larry Fink or Jamie Dimon talk about it, they don't see a recession coming in 2024. They think if it's going to happen, it'll be in 2025, maybe 2026. Who knows? But we'll have to see. And the S&P is now up 1% today with 130 points from last week's low. The Fed left rates unchanged. More importantly, it continues to look like the Fed is done raising rates. I don't know if the Fed's done raising rates, guys. They have one more meeting in December. I think it's like December 3rd. They're going to decide what's going on there. They're trying to just wait it out and see if inflation comes down on its own. They're doing this pause. But remember, if you look back in history, when the Fed pivots, that is usually when you see a market crash, because usually when the Fed pivots, it means something's broken, okay? Odds are another rate hike today. The Fed's meeting fell to 26%, the lowest they have seen so far. So good to see the stock market kind of rallying back. It's always good when people can take profits and put them into like the crypto market. I'm all about it. Let's go ahead and, what's up, DT? Thank you. Just like, great channel. Appreciate you. If you're new here, welcome. We talk nonstop crypto. We talk about the economy. We talk about all kinds of great stuff. It's good to have you here, man. you're kind of joining us right at the end. We've been going live for an hour and a half, just going through all of this latest crypto news. Check this out. We went through all of this information already today. It was a lot of information. We had a lot of fun doing it. But I'm here on Tuesdays and on Fridays. I don't think I'll be here on this Friday because I have a dentist appointment and they have to fix something in my mouth and I'm going to be numb. So I don't think you're going to want to listen to me stumble over my words. So I might do a Sensei chat on Saturday. So let's see if anyone shows up on Saturday. So I'll make the event today and I'll post it, but we'll do this on Saturday. Unbelievably exciting times, MMT. I couldn't agree with you more. Let's take a look at the market once more before we kind of get out of here today. Let's see what's just been popping off. QTIM. Oh, you know what's been popping off? Injective. And how we were talking about this. I look back in the Cryptonairz community. This first got brought up. Right. We started really talking about this. No, hold on. Wait a minute. We started really talking about this. Well, it was mentioned last year, but we started really mentioning this like right here. Like right in this area. So if you would have gotten in when the community was talking about it, you got 100% return on your investment if you got in when we were talking about this in Cryptonairz. So just another good opportunity. I remember I was in this token like 2 years ago, 2020. I was in this thing and then wrote it up. I sold and I never got back into it. I'm kind of kicking myself for not buying back into this when it was like $1. But 14.92, great to see it. Let's see what else is going on here in the market. Let's see what else is up on the top 100. QTIM up 44% in the last 7 days. Thorchain, Rune, Near Protocol, great. Near Protocol is really great. Rainbow Bridge, EVM compatible. Arweave, right? Another decentralized storage up 36%. I'm really hoping that the decentralized storage project that we've all we just talked about in Cryptonairz storage chain, they're just doing their migration to AWS today, so that's really exciting to happen. Gala Games is up 23%. This project was actually posted right before this thing actually dropped in the Cryptonairz Discord. It went up like 300%. This has been live for a couple days. It was posted, and whoever jumped on this, congratulations! But it went up 300% in a day after it launched on some exchanges. Another great project that the community got into. There's ADA's up 10%. Good to see it. Dogecoin. A lot of people still holding hope for Dogecoin. Tron, Chainlink, man. Chainlink's been on a nice tear lately. Polygon, fantastic. Polkadot, I think Polkadot has a really bright future. Anyone in Litecoin? Anybody trading Litecoin? I don't know, man. I don't know. Tin Man, booked on my calendar. Are you talking about Sensei chat? Rob, you're a king. Oh, David, I'm not a king, man. I just love spending time with you guys and going over crypto. I live and breathe this stuff every single day. If you ask anybody from Cryptonairz, this is all I do. And it's a joy and a passion to just being able to speak with you guys every day and get on here twice a week and do these chats. I know they go a little bit long, but trust me, the people that stick through these chats, not only are you more up to date with what's happening with crypto globally, you also find really great opportunities that you don't find. And we don't talk about meme coins or high risk stuff. We're talking about legitimate projects every single day in that community. Kronos, not really excited about Kronos. Arbitrum, I mean, I just think there's just better projects that have more of oomph in front of it. But good to see all these profits, guys. Wanted to spend some time answering questions. Do we still have 100 people watching? I know we kind of peaked out. 83 now, but we peaked out at 107, guys. I just really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. But any questions from you guys? I know sometimes people have questions about crypto, about Ripple, about XRP, about whatever. Let me take some time. If anyone has anything, I'd love to answer any of your questions. Yep, been watching just a while, just now caught up. Love chat, pumped. Thank you, DT. I really appreciate you. Tin Man, well, hey, it's going to be an honor. We'll probably do it around maybe 10 a.m. my time on Saturday, which is 10 a.m. Honolulu time is 4 o'clock Eastern time. I wanted to try to do it a little bit earlier on in the day. That way, if people are in the UK or if people are in maybe like India and some other places, maybe they can jump on. Maybe I'll do it a little earlier. Maybe I'll do it like 9 a.m. my time. That way, everybody can join if they really want to, because it's important for me to connect with all you guys. But anybody else have anything before I kind of jump off here today? I mean, we can check Twitter and see if there's any live news, what's going on here really quickly. Let's see here. Looks like there's a space going on exploring Zhaohao XRP ledger chain plus smart contracts. That'll be interesting. Hey, let's play this.
I think we're in the middle of actually the the biggest one. We launched a network, and we launched it in I think the most friendly way possible, where no one's being asked to pick sides, no one's being incentivized to move over, no one's gonna leave the XRPL ecosystem, no one's gonna build only for one end, and I think the past days on social and in the mailbox DMs everywhere, they've been super supportive. That's I'd say this couldn't have gone in a better way, and I think it's starting to sink in with people what this actually means, and I think we're not even grasping the surface. So we're not even grasping it fully, and I mean to get to this point. 3 years of building, looking at Richard mostly, pushing through every day with a busy family life, with the source code of the XRPL that almost no one really fully understands, building smart contract solutions from scratch. I don't know anyone else who could do it. It's absolutely crazy. So definitely a milestone that we reached a point where this is technology that everyone can use. Everyone can use it today. Of course,
he's from the XRP Ledger Foundation, if you didn't know. Okay.
Security audit of the source code was a milestone. Then the security audit of the latest changes to that source code and the hooks, the governance hooks. Then bootstrapping the entire network, all the infra that came with it, and doing everything very delicate, everything in the right order, get more and more nodes running, interacting with all those devs and people in this ecosystem who are now running validators and added to the UNL. It's crazy. It's been wild.
All right, so a couple questions here I want to tackle. I wanted to tackle David's question first. David's question is, why aren't banks buying up XRP yet? That is a valid question, okay? And I get this a lot. So think about it from a bank's perspective, right? A lot of banks are in the United States, right? Well, there's a lot of banks globally, but a lot of services are in the United States. You don't have crypto regulation or crypto custody rules quite yet in the United States. So banks don't think like you and I do. You and I want to get in at the lowest possible point, with this and that. Banks are more, they have risk that they have to, foresee and take over. And right now it could be too much risk for banks. And technically, we don't know what banks are doing right behind the scenes. $1 billion doesn't move the market cap of XRP as much as people like to think so, right? So I think as more regulation gets passed forward and more banks get more comfortable with crypto as these Bitcoin ETFs come into play, you're going to see XRP ETFs, right? And that's when you're going to see custody rolling out. We're still pretty early in this whole thing, David. All right, so the March stuff is SEPA, guys. SEPA. So SEPA delayed to March. All right, so this is what you're talking about here. All right, and I went through this in my last Sensei chat, but if you missed it, let's just really quickly. Migration of the SEPA payment schemes to the 2019 version ISO postponed to Sunday, March 2024. This is not SWIFT. This is not Citi. This is not BNY Mellon. This is not the rest of the world. This is just the SEPA payments area, right? The single euro payments area. This is what's delayed, not the rest of it. Okay? Is ISO really that important? Yes, ISO is really that important, Chris, because without ISO, without ISO and ISO 24165, the DTI, the digital token identifier, you can't use cryptocurrency. This whole time, banks, institutions, financial payment providers, they haven't been able to use crypto because there's no way to attach crypto to that payment yet. With ISO-rich data messaging, that allows you to attach crypto with the DTI, which is the digital token identifier, which is an 8-digit code. That allows you to attach crypto to the payment. So it's very, very important. Without it, you cannot use it. Chainlink and Solana are not ISO. Great points. All right, but Chainlink is an Oracle service. They provide data, live data on prices in different areas. Chainlink is an important step. I don't think Chainlink is a payments token, though. It's not going to be used for payments. It's more of a use that needs to be involved with all of the stuff that is happening globally. Does that make sense? Stand up and show off that merch. I got my XRP shirt on, man. I got my XRP to the moon shirt on. I have several shirts. I'm going to try to wear a different one every time I come on and do a Sensei chat, but this is one of my favorite ones because it's XRP. ISO 2.0 is a messaging system. Yes, it's by ISO. ISO puts out, it's an international standardized organization that puts out all different standards for all different walks of life, all different things, right? Like cell phones and God knows what else. I mean, just random stuff, right? What is the standard? How does it work? I'd spend some time understanding ISO a little bit if I was you. Just go to iso.org and learn a little bit about all these different standards, right? I mean, quality management, environmental management, information security management. It's all just, you know, it's the world working together on a global standard for different things. You can't see it though? Here. Is that better? Can you see it? Can you see the shirt? All right, this is just one of the shirts I have in the Cryptonairz shop, guys. If you look down in the description of this video, you will see the Cryptonairz shop. Let me just pull it up for you if you need some help identifying it. It's right here, cryptolids.com. We're partnered with CryptoLids, and this is dope merch, guys. There's no tag you have to deal with. There's nothing like that. But I got a bunch of this different merch that I show off. This is one of my favorites. And this is in black is one of my favorites. I like this one too. I told you so with XRP. I know people are going to love this shirt when XRP takes off. They're going to be like, I want that one. But you know, there's some really cool stuff in here. I like this shirt right here. I really like this shirt right here. I got it in my closet. And then of course there's mugs, right? I got this one, XRP Millionaire Loading. It's right here. This is a fun one. I like it. But yeah, take a look if you want to. I appreciate it. Any support is great, guys. Any support is great. I really appreciate it. Any other questions though? I wanted to, I'll get back to you later. Yeah, no worries, Chris. Appreciate you, man. Any other questions before I jump off here? I wanted to make sure if there's any other questions by you guys, I wanted to make sure to address it. Cryptonairz, thoughts on Flare. I see you, DT. Really quickly, I just want to tell Cryptonairz members, Rayon is going to drop another challenge tonight. I think I posted something in Ultra Bull. Take a look at it. I do believe he's going to post that as the next challenge. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a head start on his post if you guys want to take a look at that next one. Flare. What do I think about Flare? I think Flare really kind of used the XRP community in a way. I don't like how they did their airdrop. I think a lot of people lost interest in Flare. I still think Flare is maybe an important step with you know, to do with XRP, and I just didn't like how Flare rolled out and had a lot of promises that, you know, the biggest hurdle crypto companies face in the crypto market is over promising and under delivering. I would rather a company under promise and over deliver than over promise and under deliver every time. So I think Flare did a real bad job at you know, at expressing and getting everything out, and you know, it's just kind of a pain in the ass if you ask me personally. Discord link, yeah. So let me grab that for you. Let me see if it works real quick. I know sometimes when I'm in, what's it called? Yeah, it's not gonna work. Hey JP, can you send me a Discord link in Cryptonairz? I can't pull it for some reason. I don't want to open up all these different chats, but you can take a look here. Let me post. Let me give you this. So if you go to our website here, if you go to cryptonairz.com, it tells you about our community, and if you end up wanting to join the community, it'll take you right into the Discord. But if someone can post the Discord link in Ultra Bull, I will grab it and I will bring it. I will post it. A lot of stuff going on in the community here. You can see that we're always talking about different crypto projects. Community is always sharing good information. This is the Ultra Bull chat that you don't see unless you're a paid member, but you can see that we're constantly sharing information here. We were talking about Solana before it popped. Injective, we were talking about it before it popped. You know, there's just a lot of value that gets provided in these walls. So, you know, there's a lot of research tools that we talk about and we use. But yeah, if you hold on, I don't want to click on any personal chats and open that up because we are live. Anyone have the Cryptonairz Discord link? I can't pull. Thank you. I love you, MMT. You are a god. I don't know why my maybe it's because I have a master account or the admin account. It doesn't allow me to pull it. There's the link to the community. If you want to come in and just chat in general chat, you can, but nothing really happens too much in general chat. It's mostly in the Ultra Bull channels in the behind the paywall because our team puts in a lot of work. The team needs to be paid for their work, and I use the proceeds from people's memberships to pay our great team to keep pulling information for you guys. So. Anyways, anything else? AVAX will hit $20 in 2024. I hope so, man. I know a lot of things are tied to AVAX in that ecosystem. I still have my Vapor nodes, and I'm hoping that goes up one day. I've been saving my Vapor nodes for days, but somebody asked about Gala Games nodes. I've been in Gala Games since Gala was these nodes were $3,000 each. I have, I don't know. I have 8 nodes. Here, let me just show you my node. Let me see, pull this up. So here is kind of like what the payout looks like for 8 nodes. You can see 8 points means I am running 8 nodes a day. No, my nodes online, 8. These are my daily rewards for Gala. So, I find new projects like this. Also, like, I really like Delicium. Delicium, I think, is going to be a really big deal soon. They're doing a lot of AI powered. They have an AI open world framework where you can basically build on top of the world that they've already built, which is really cool. They give people that want to build games, the platform to build a really great Web3 game. And you can actually build on top of what they've already built. You can build a different game, or you can actually bring different things that you build in other ecosystems inside of Delicium into other games, which is really incredible. But they're also doing all these different AI things. Create your AI twins, Delicium AI, and you're going to need the Delicium, the AGI token to do all these different things. They also have a crypto chat AI powered bot. I don't know how much nodes are now. I'd have to sign in to find out, but let me see. This DMA license, exclusive memberships, vote. Let me see how much buy DMA. I know these have gone up since I posted about it. Yeah, I can't remember exactly how much they were when I started posting about it, but these are about $2,000 right now. And you get daily rewards. I think each node pays about 40 or something AGI, which is not a lot in the current price market right now, what AGI is at. But this has a lot of room to grow. A lot of room to grow. I mean, you're only talking about a $6 million market cap. Once this actually starts taking off, I do think it's going to be, a pretty solid project. Anytime you launch a project, guys, you're always going to get this initial pump, and then you're going to get a dump. It happens with every single project. Okay, this has been live almost 4/11 is when it launched, but I do think this project has a lot of potential. 3 billion total supply. Is that 3 billion? 3 billion total supply. Max supply is 3 billion. Circulating supply right now is 437 million. I would love this for this to go to $1. I would be very, very happy. But yeah, Gala nodes, Delicium nodes. I'm also, there's a couple other node projects that I run, but those are the two that I'm really most excited about. Gala nodes obviously are very expensive now, but the point I'm trying to make here is like being a part of a community where this information is shared. You might have had the opportunity to get into Gala when it was cheap enough, right? And you might have a node that's worth $100,000, right? Like each node I have right now is worth $100,000 each. So actually I got $800,000 worth of Gala nodes. Technically, I can't sell them, right? No one's gonna pay $100,000 for a Gala node right now with the price, but anyways, thank you guys. But anyways, we would love to have you in the community, guys. If there's any more questions, explain how much a Gala node is worth. Yeah, I just did that. Salute, Robert. Hey, thank you, Steph. Great to see you. I think you're asking about VeChain. I think VeChain is an incredible ecosystem. Let's pull it up on the chart here. VeChain, Vet. Was it Vet? Yeah. Man, I had VeChain back in the day here. Check us out. I bought VeChain back here. I sold it into this pump. And then VeChain's been trading sideways. The problem with VeChain, guys, is you need another $1.4 billion to go into this to kind of double your money. I think there are other opportunities right now in the crypto space that you're able to get better gains, but holding VeChain long term, I do think is a good option. I'm not a financial advisor, so please don't take anything I say as financial advice. But I do hold some VeChain and some VThor for the long term. Is that okay? I'll leave it at that. I dropped 4 coins, ready to move for 100 live. Are we still pumping out with people? Any other questions, guys? I like answering your questions. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2 more if anyone has anything else. It's been an honor to spend this time with you, though, guys. I really appreciate you. I'm going to have another great chat live on Saturday. I hope you can join me for that chat. We're going to go through all the latest in crypto news that from around the space. I'm going to bring you a lot of really great information, and we'll have a lot of fun, and I'll answer any more questions that you guys have on that day. I just want to thank you for your time. We've been here almost 2 hours. It has been an honor and a privilege to spend this time with you. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Appreciate all your support. I love you so much. I want to say aloha, and just, you know, your support means the world to me, and I just really, really appreciate you. So thank you so much. Just a recap, guys, we talked all about, some projects. We talked about, oh, you know what? I'll play this.
It was an amazing day.
All right, I did a video on this, and I know a bunch of people are about to leave, but here's the conspiracy side about November 11th. I'll just play this, and then I'll get out of here.
The decode that I posted this morning was the culmination of my last year's work as a decoder. I know instinctively that this is it. This is the answer that I've been searching for the last year, the date of the reset. It fits on so many levels, it's absolutely perfect, and what amazes me is that I haven't found this before because the decode in itself is very simple. The reset date is simply the 5th, 8th and 9th prime. The 5th prime is 11, the 8th prime is 19, and the 9th prime is 23. 11, 19, 23. It's as simple as that. It was staring us right in the face from the very beginning. Of course, the riddlers went to very great lengths to disguise this simple truth. They created a whole web of connections around 589. But despite it being well hidden, I am kicking myself because I've been posting quite a lot recently about the importance of prime numbers. I've posted several times saying that it's all in the primes. In fact, I started the decode by looking at the primes 2 and 3 from the date 2023.
All right, I'm going to post this in the chat. If you guys want to watch this on your own time, please do. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I need to go eat some lunch. I'm starting to struggle here. But let me go ahead and post this in the chat, the final thing I'm going to do. And I hope you guys have a truly fantastic day. It really is an honor. Here's the link to that if you want to finish it off. Aloha and peace. Bye, guys. All right, Luna, we finished. Yay!